What up, YouTube? T Movies here. With the new animated Scooby Doo film Scoop available now on VOD, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Scooby Doo movies of all time. Because, of course, Scooby Doo started out as a TV show, and then they've done countless of TV reboots, but they've done countless of Scooby Doo movies over the years. So, that being said, here are my top 10 favorite Scooby Doo films. Alright. Coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with Scooby Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. Now, it's where Scooby and the gang are on vacation in Australia, and they end up attending this music contest held at the Vampire Rock. And so you got this legendary vampire who is kidnapping the musical acts and all. And it's up to Scooby and the gang to try to find the vampire. And Legend of the Vampire is pretty solid. I really, whoever knew that vampires could really work in the Scooby Doo world. This really went to the horror, cool horror realm, which Scooby Doo is known for, really. And yeah, Legend of the Vampire was pretty decent. I mean, it had some pretty cool music. I mean, you got the Hex Girls in this. Who did not like the Hex Girls? Come on. Alright. Coming in at number 9, I'm going to go with Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Begins. Now, Scooby's not the only, Scooby-Doo origin story we got. A couple years ago, we had, the Mystery Begins, which showed, of when, the gang all first met. You had Robbie and Mel as a role of Freddy. You had loads of other cool folks. Like, you had Kate Melton as Dabney. The one who plays Shaggy, he was no Matthew Lillard, but he was pretty decent. Anyway, this really, it was pretty cool to see, a live-action form of how the gang, first met. This was, the third live-action we had that it was more of a prequel. And, they... not to mention, they actually literally went to Coolsville High, which was, of course, the place that was located in, the second Scooby-Doo film. But anyway, sorry. Scooby-Doo and Mystery Begins, it's actually not all half bad. I mean, it was a little cheesy, had some dumb moments in it, but I really got a kick out of it. Didn't care much for the sequel, though, but anyway. Alright, coming in at number 8, I'm going to go with Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. Now, this is where, Anyway, of course, this is where Scooby and the gang end up face off against a few alien invasions and all. And, you literally had some cool voiceover works, by Mark Hamill. You had, you had, Kramer himself and Michael Richards in this. I actually used to own this on VHS. And Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invasions is a bit of a guilty pleasure. They've had, alien encounters a couple of times in the past, but the major alien here that was featured in Alien Invasions was pretty cool. And yeah, have you guys ever really seen Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invasions yet? Oh, Alien Invaders, I might say. It's a pretty good one. Alright. Coming in at number 7, I got Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers. Now, of course, this is where Scooby and the gang meets Casper and the Boo Brothers and all. And where, Shaggy's, where Shaggy's uncle, Beauregard, ends up, and so you got, Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy, who ends up arriving at the uncle's place to collect the inheritance money for it. And there they end up helping the Boo Brothers to help, catch some, nasty ghouls and all. And who did not, come on, Casper and Scooby-Doo together, that was, Scooby-Doo have crossovers, some interesting characters where you talk about Batman and Robin, the Harlem Globetrotters, Who did not remember the old Scooby Doo where they encounter like other cool characters. But man, Scooby Doo and Meet the Boo Brothers was really funny. It I remember watching this as a kid. I really got a kick out of it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember really enjoying it. Uh, Coming in at number 6, I'm gonna go with Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School. Now, there's been a couple of like Scooby Doo movies featuring that starred Shaggy, Scrappy Doo, and Scooby Doo. And this time around, you had Scrappy, Shaggy, and let me just spin this. Anyway, you had Shaggy, Scooby, and Shaggy, who ends up encountering a couple of like kids of legend monsters. Like you got Dracula's kid in this. You got the child of the Wolfman. You got Frankenstein's daughter was featured in this. I mean, Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School it's pretty cool. I mean, this is probably my favorite. My favorite one out of the Scooby and Scrappy and Shaggy feature films. I mean, who did not love Scrappy? Scrappy was a really. I mean, come on, let me get him. Let me get him. He was always a. You're probably not going to want to look at Scrappy the same way in one of my other Scooby Doo videos, but yeah, if you guys haven't really seen the Ghoul School one, a school featuring featuring the Scooby Doo character, the kids of the iconic monsters. I mean, I guess say this was like the original Hotel Transylvania. All right, coming in at number 5, I'm gonna go with Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase. That's where Scooby and the gang ends up getting trapped in cyberspace when a friend's virtual computer game ends up being hit by this found virus, and they gotta go to different levels to in order to come back into the real world. And Cyber Chase, I remember watching this tons of times. It's really fun to watch. There's like some cool cinematography, probably some of the best cinematography I've seen in a Scooby Doo film, and it's a really cool one. I mean, they go through some really wacky and cool levels here. Featuring like including Coliseums, Dinosaur Age, a few other ones. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen Cyber Chase, it's a really good one. All right, coming in at number 4, I'm gonna go with Coolsville Sucks. Remember that one? Number 4, it's Scooby Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed. Now, this is where Scooby and the gang ends up encountering, of course, it's the second live action Scooby Doo film, and they end up, encountering like their old, lots of their old villains and all. And Scooby Doo 2, I could watch tons of times. It's really entertaining. I mean, you're very nostalgia because it features lots of the old Scooby Doo villains that you remember. Including of course you got the Tall Monster. Of course you got the Pterodactyl Ghost, the Ghost Knight. I mean, some really cool, lots of cool villains. I mean, not to mention you got of course you got Alicia Silverstone was featured in this. You got Seth Green. I mean, Scooby Doo 2, I could really watch tons of times and never get bored of it. And yeah, I mean, of course, a few dynamics between Shaggy and Scooby is pretty cool. You even had a Pure Boil in this. One more guess for that. Alright. Oh, not to mention you got a cool cameo by Ruben Stubber too, so there's that as well. Anyway, coming in at number 3, I'm gonna go with Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. Now, of course, this is where Scooby and the gang ends up reuniting and they end up encountering like an island that features undead pirates, zombie Zombie Cruise. I mean, Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. It was like it was awesome. Who did not love the Zombie Island one? I mean, they're literally on a place called there's literally an island called Moonscar Island. So there's that. Whoever knew that zombies could really work in the Scooby Doo world? That that was pretty cool to watch. But yeah, if you guys never really seen Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, give that one a shot. All right. Number 2, I'm gonna go with the 2002 live action Scooby Doo film. Now, the live action Scooby Doo film from 2002, directed by Roger Gazelle, is much better than that and Tetris Bang. I mean, Matthew Lillard, all due respect to Will Forte or even Casey Kasem, the best portrayal of Shaggy has got to be Matthew Lillard. He played, of course, Shaggy, he has played Shaggy, twice live action form, but he actually continued playing the role in voiceover work. I mean, Matthew Lillard, when you think of Shaggy, you think of Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard is just the man when it comes to the voice of Shaggy. Sorry. And of course, you got, Rowan Atkinson was also in this. It was pretty cool to see him pop up. Freddie Prinze Jr. as Freddy was cool. You had Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne. Linda Cardellini did a great job at playing Velma. Of course, you got Frank Welker back as the voice of Scooby, who's been voicing Scooby for years. I mean, of course, he had a pretty cool. Of course, the opening scene was. I got put this up below. The opening scene was pretty cool to watch. You even had Scrappy Doo, who it's kind of weird. I always found it weird that they made Scrappy Doo into a villain when Scrappy was always like the good guy in the past Scooby Doo incarnations. But yeah, if you guys haven't really seen 2002 Scooby Doo yet, go check that one out. It does not really get the best love, but I still get a kick out of it. Alright. My number 1 favorite Scooby Doo movie of all time is literally Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. I mean, this is where the gang ends up being a horror writer who ends up inviting them back to his hometown, and their, a writer ancestor was a witch who was also haunting the city. You got Tim Curry voicing the writer here. You got the Hex Girls are featured in this, who it was like their major debut of the Hex Girls, and who did not love the Hex Girls? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably had a bit of a catching crush on the Hex Girls. I'm not gonna lie there. But anyway, yeah, Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. It's probably my favorite Scooby Doo movie there is. It's just really cool. It's entertaining. Has some really cool music by the Hex Girls. Who remember that Cast a Spell on You song? I mean, I could play that song over and over and never get bored of it. But yeah, if you guys haven't really seen Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost, to me, it's the best out of the Scooby Doo films. And I like not to mention, I like the Wizard of Oz reference too. I mean, you're not melting. Well, worked in the Wizard of Oz. That was a pretty cool line. And it's kind of funny because in my I'm not even joking. My Wizard of Oz VHS tape literally actually features the trailer for Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. So I always found that to be pretty cool. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Alright. 10, Scooby Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. 9, Scooby Doo and the Mystery Begins. 8, Scooby Doo and the Alien Invaders. 7, Scooby Doo meets the Boo Brothers. 6, Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School. 5, Scooby Doo and the and Cyber Chase. 4, Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. 3, Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. 2002 Scooby Doo, and 1 is Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Now there's a few other ones, like of course there was Daphne and Velma, and there's a few other good ones. And the recent Scooby Doo Scoop film that just got released on VOD, that was actually not all that bad. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Scooby Doo films? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simu signing off.